There's a couple
We
weeks
don't want
time
to
limit is what it
prejudice
is.
the
sounds like
saliency
it
of
is.
our
Yeah.
arguments should we need to proceed more
Correct.
formally. And we were waiting to have a discussion to be reasonable with potential adversaries.
Right.
If that extends the time, then that negatively impacts the saliency of your arguments down the road. These are urgent things. We understand that the town is not in a particularly advantageous position to weigh in on these things, but we need to proceed. And it's unfortunate where everybody is, but we need to do this. And I'd rather do it and continue conversations than wait, proceed formally, and then get into a challenging situation where we're trying to explain something away at a formal proceeding because we were trying to be reasonable. And so the settlement discussions can always happen.
So it's almost like checking the box.
It's almost like checking the box.
But so is 2 weeks too
The happy
long to be
medium.
checked?
I gotta say, I'm
As long
kind
as
of
we get it on the
surprised
agenda?
that there is not, that on the first agenda, there's not a discussion of the schools and funding the schools. We heard a lot about that. I'm surprised that's not there. So if it's not on next week, I'll be even more surprised.
And next week is Monday the 3rd, you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's, we're in,
Well, if
we're in
that-
December.
I would, well, because their agenda's public, I would say, if you read their agenda, it looks like one of their first orders of business is their solicitor. So it's possible that they're not gonna have that conversation when they don't even know who's going to be their solicitor. Is that, so maybe that conversation's gonna be next Monday instead of Thursday.
I'm sure there's lots of explanations, I'm just saying I'm surprised it's not on there. And we can't wait for them because we wanna play nice in the sandbox. We can always have those discussions, but we have to proceed in a particular manner.
And I think the proposal that you're putting on the table is simply to reissue the letter directly to the new members of the council, to make them aware of the request that was submitted to the former council, to welcome the opportunity to discuss this with them in joint session, as quickly as possible, but short of that, for them to deliberate on this within the next 30 days. Is that
30?
essentially? Well, I don't know,
10.
I'm asking
Yeah.
you
10.
what you're.
Yeah, and we will assume unless we hear otherwise, it's been rejected.
And I would add to that, because I